Hi, I'm Jeff PAYNE and I'm a preventive maintenance instructor with Caterpillar. And today I'd like to talk about something that might be fundamental for some of us, might be new to you. We're going to talk about greasing a machine, why that's important. Grease gives us a nice smooth surface in there, I should say, or nice lubricity, so that our joints don't stick and squeak. We don't wear out pins, we don't wear out bushings, we don't gall them up. Now Cat offers a variety of different types of grease that you can check into depending on your region, where you live, the temperatures you work in, the climates. So you want to make sure you get a grease that's right for the area you work in. But when we talk about greasing, you may or may not know, we have grease zerks. These grease zerks, first of all, when we grease them, we want to wipe them off with a rag. We don't want to pump any dirt in that's already on the zerks. We want to wipe them off before we pump grease in. How much grease? Well, typically if you're doing this daily like you're supposed to, it doesn't take more than a couple pumps. You put a grease gun on here, you give it a couple pumps, you're going to hear it or see it start to squeeze out. That's all you need. You don't need to over grease. I see that a lot on machines where people over grease on them, and then that just allows dirt and dust to collect to that grease, and that's not a good thing either. So a couple squirts, or until you hear it start to leak out or see it start to leak out, you'll hear it crackle. But there's a lot of zerks in this area back here. This machine has over 50 zerks on it. Do you know where they're all at? Up in here, there's zerks up in here, zerks down here. You got 3 grease zerks up in this area here. This area here by the boom foot, a lot of grease zerks in this area. Down here on the swing cylinders, all these pivot points, the pins, we got them on our stabilizers on the top and bottom here. A lot of grease zerks. Like I say, you need to know where they're at. That stuff's all located up here behind the seat in the OMM in the cab. That's where you can find out when you need to grease it and where they're at. Moving forward on the machine, this machine has a lot up in this too here. It's an IT machine, a lot of grease zerks in this area, grease zerks here, grease zerks up in this area here, up through the front here, all these pivot points. Has the multi-purpose bucket here with a clamp, so it's got a cylinder on it, it's got grease zerks, and then we have the same amount on the other side. We might possibly have some grease zerks underneath on the drive shafts, depending if you got 2-wheel drive, 4-wheel drive on the model that you bought. This is a 420E IT here that we're working on today. The greasing, like I say, is so vital. It's relatively cheap to buy grease. It's a daily, in your OMM, it'll tell you that most of these things need to be greased daily every 10 hours. And if you're not hitting these grease zerks, your cost is going to go dramatically up on your owning and operating costs, because you're going to gall some pins, you're going to wipe out some bushings or bearings, and that leads to costly repairs when those all could be prevented just by greasing it. Also, like I say, if you have a grease zerk that's not taking grease, I usually carry some new ones with me. Take them out, put a new grease zerk in, usually they'll take grease. So for more information, look in your OMM located behind the seat pocket, and of course you can always contact your local Cat dealer.